Twitter Spaces, the Cypher's live. Ozman collects, he's hosting dives through digital realms with shows at 5. Web V, meet Marvel, the narrative thrives. Weekends we speak with Josh and Stride. Collectors going digital, we coincide. Digital sweepstakes handouts for those who abide. Bring collecting space news, we never miss guides. V chill, kick back, geek modes. From car flips to comics, the spectrum loads.
So Unity is going to be their starting kind of system to run the entire VeVeverse, and then eventually moving into Unreal Engine down the line. But that would require more processing power for your system. So Unity is more of that entry level application. So, but inside this promo video, the things that stood out was the camera angles. You have a lot actually going on in the space. So you have the shadows, you have the reflections of the light. So you'll see like moving leaves on the faces of the characters, like the reflections and all that. You have all the different textures, the assets. I don't know if the entire island or like is just compiled of different assets, or somebody just like downloaded an island model and then just imported it into Unity. But either way, there's a lot going on here. So if this is just like a Unity plugin, like, yeah, I'd be happy with this still too. So.
Yeah, I mean,
interesting video
too. That in the past, I believe they said they were going with Unreal Engine. So, if that's the case, where does that put the possibility of them using Unity? Are they like those are two totally separate things, right? Where you have to choose one or the other, right?
No, well, you have the option of running it on either one or the other. So you can log in using Unity or log in using Unreal Engine. But then again, I don't. That's from Cavernous speaking to like the companies and developers. So I don't even know if that's going to be like a thing available for users for the VeVeverse. It just might be something that VeVe's taking advantage from Cavernous to build their product. So like the VeVeverse could just be an application where we sign in, and then that application is ran under one or the other, right? Like us as the user isn't even touching Unity or Unreal Engine. We might not even know.
Right.
Or we might have a plugin that we're given where, you know, oh, one sec. Just unplugged my headphones. Fortnite's a good example because the maps that I'm building right now in Fortnite, you have two options. You can build inside Unreal Engine, or they have a plugin that allows me to build inside Unreal Engine, but within Fortnite. So I can run around with the Fortnite character and build using all the tools inside Unreal Engine. So there's different ways that you can go about it. Unity is going to be entry level. So that's what they're starting with. And then Unreal Engine is more of the metahumans, all that type of capabilities. But who knows how long that is. So, but yeah, that is that video. Lots of speculation, but yes, it's not the VeVeverse, it's Unity. So. But shout out to Corey, man, because Corey still did a fantastic job with that video. It's still a really good promo. So
yeah, I mean, shout out to the sculptors, the 3D sculptors, and the people that worked on it as well, because I think it's really high quality. I've had a late start to my day, just been busy, so I haven't even had a chance to go back on the app and take a look at them and spin them around for myself and see what they look like. But from the looks of that video, I was impressed. We've had other groups on the app, some better than others, in my opinion, and I think this is the best one we have. I don't know how much more group we're getting or need, but if this is the last one, they left on a high note. I'll say that.
Yeah, I think the series looks awesome. So yeah, I agree. Sven, did you want to say something, man?
Josh, did you check Notorious, his comments in the comments below? Because he had some good comments. I wish he could come up and talk about it, but he good comment.
You're talking about the comment about Unity?
Yeah.
So I kind of already addressed that a little bit. So he says that VeVe Collectables are built on Unity, so why wouldn't they have them in a Unity built environment? Cavernous is also built on both platforms, Unity and Unreal Engine. Yeah, I mean, to answer your question, like, why wouldn't they have them built in a Unity environment? I mean, judging from that promo, they do. I guess the point that I'm just making is, like, them using Unity to release the promo video isn't the bad part necessarily. It's the fact that they released it with so much speculation around the VeVeverse and they weren't clear that it was Unity, right? Because now our community blows up thinking it's the VeVeverse. And the thing that's unfortunate about this situation too is that they just showed us a virtual environment that they now have to surpass with the VeVeverse. And if the VeVeverse isn't past that quality, they just shot themselves in the foot, right? So
okay, so it's not a diorama they use, so they don't have this item in the VeVe apps. It could not be a diorama they drop. If you collect all those items, you get the diorama. So if you collect all the Groots, maybe you could get the background as a diorama. Could that be, or am I stretching too far?
Oh yeah, I'm sure they could definitely do that. You're talking about like the scenes like the up waterfall and the V8 cafe and all that, right?
Yeah, that's a diorama. So why couldn't they have the diorama already and show it off in the diorama? They will drop later with if you collect the whole.
I see what you're saying. Funny enough, Sven, I actually mentioned this in a video of ours that like as a way to promote collectibles. I thought that would be a really good thing. So yeah, if that is a diorama, then that would be amazing. Because the dioramas, like, I mean, the point that I had in the video was the way they could promote it in the future is inside the VeVeverse, there could be a space where we can tour that virtual environment before it even drops, right?
So if within a week or two they say, hey, collectors of the Groots, we drop you this diorama as airdrop, we get all mouth shut, then drop the mic.
No, it would be cool though if you collect them all and then you get the environment, but I don't see any reason why they wouldn't be able to do that. Vibesman, we got Vibesman in the space. Shout out to everybody else as well. We got Biscuits, we got Clever Jerk. Appreciate all you guys. Vibesman, shout out to you, man. First off, let me pin my live stream again to the top so you guys can see my screen. I'm gonna play his video because this guy just released a video showing the potential of AI with the collectibles, and AI has pretty much, well, I'll let the video speak for itself. Where'd it go here? Right here. So VeVe plus artificial intelligence equals infinite possibilities. And for those just tuning into the space, I do have my screen, what's it called? Posted to the top. Yeah, pinned to the top. That's it. So you guys can got the umbrella moving.
But you got rugged for a second there, brother. Got quiet.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
What was the last thing you heard?
That you pinned it to the top, but I didn't see it. So I see it actually. No, I see it. You know, it's there, but you can't. Like it's not showing it like visually. We have to go to your profile.
All right. Forget that then. But yeah, Vibesman, he's in the space. You guys can click on his profile. It's one of his most recent posts. It went out an hour ago. But he shows the potential of VeVe Collectables with AI. And in some of the footage, you see the collectibles actually like moving that are static collectibles on the app that have no animations. So it's an awesome video. And then that combined with his editing skills just makes it even better. So shout out to you, man. Incredible, incredible promo.
Nice work, always.
He also made a video of Oz in Oz, Captain Falcon. Who else was there? There was a couple other people there, but they went to go see Deadpool and Wolverine, and he filmed the entire experience. Yeah, did a little short film, so it was awesome.
And I think we got Vibesman coming up to speak.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah. What's up, Ozman? Gotta turn your microphone on. There you go.
Hello, everyone. Hey.
Hey.
Hello.
What's going on?
Hello. Oh, thank you for your kind words as always, Josh. That's very kind.
It's the least I can say. You absolutely nailed that video, man.
Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, it was exciting to make it. Because I know you know, but just putting the still images in and then just seeing what results I get. Every time it was like I just didn't know what was going to be produced.
Yeah.
And it took a long time to get the final bits, but it was worth the wait. When it kind of worked, it was just like, oh, I can use that little bit.
So let me ask you, what platform did you use to generate all that?
Josh, that is such a good question. Let me remind myself what platform I use.
Try some.
I'll tell you properly.
Here's another question.
I should know because I've used it for months doing that. But let me have a look just so I know properly. Because it was really good at first. I didn't have any control, and as I it's called Runway.
Oh, okay. That's one of the most popular video AI platforms. So.
Yeah, it's my first sort of adventure with AI, and I'd been watching a lot of amazing creations, and I was like, oh, I need to. So I just, I went for that one, and it was good. You could control certain bits, like paint bits to have bit more movement if you wanted certain bits to have more movement.
Did you ever get stuck there inputting in the same prompt over and over again to try and get the result you wanted? I've sat there with AI for like an hour straight before just trying to generate an image.
Yes, so I like I say, I thought, oh, this is good because I need a bit of control. So I started painting bits that I wanted to move a bit more. And then Runway released Generation 3. But by the way, I say painting bits, that was really, it took like a month to come up with anything half decent.
Oh, wow.
And then obviously not a month solid, but just when I had time. And then they released Generation 3 of it. And I've nothing to compare it to, so this is not a plug for them. I mean, I'm blown away by their software, but I'm sure maybe other ones are just as good. But anyway, basically I would put the image in and not give it any prompt. Maybe like a camera movement, like a slow zoom or a pan, and then it just deliver this. A lot of the time it would be useless, but then sometimes it was like opening a Christmas present. You didn't know what you're going to get, and it's like, oh my god, that looks real. I love that. And obviously, some of them in that video don't look real, and it makes them look cartoon-like or whatever. But that doesn't matter. It's just the beginning, And when it delivered one that I loved, it was like, oh wow, this is exciting. It's like a new.
That Harley Quinn one is crazy. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm watching the video as we're talking here, but walking down like the alleyway there.
Yeah, that took so long to get that, but it's not me working hard really. It's just me pressing generate again and again. So for my the still image was by that I originally took was by the graffiti wall, and it kept moving her arms and legs a little bit and growing another arm and another leg, and the graffiti would move. You know what it's like. And then I did it another time after lots of times, and she just started walking towards me, and I was like, oh, she's in time in the music as well. This is good. This is good. So it's a really interesting way to create for me, because I've never done it before, because I didn't know what I was getting. So it was a bit like when you do an interview with someone and you don't know they're going to be good, and then suddenly it's like, oh wow, yeah, that's going to be good. It's that excitement of it's just the new way of creating. I mean, for me, I'm just blown away by the excitement of it. No,
I love that. You can hear it in your voice too, man. Even the clip with the house, the up house going up into the sky. So simple, but it works so well.
Yeah, and again, and that's quite that photo's taken at my parents' old house up in Northumberland, which is a beautiful part of England, and that field is behind their house. And I just took that picture, a while ago, a few years ago, and suddenly I'm seeing it come to life, and it goes up in the air, and it's quite emotional for me watching that, because they don't live there anymore and so on. But it's kind of a magical way of creating. I'm really, really excited by it. So, I've just been collecting lots and lots of little clips over the last however many months, and then I just been editing little bits, and I posted the still images to the lyrics of those, some of those images to the lyrics, but the whole time I was thinking, I will make this into a video, but the lyrics seemed appropriate to the image, at the time. I kind of wanted to mix things up though, like having Boba Fett to Taylor Swift. Look what you made me do. And she's talking about the long list of people, on her list. I've already said this to you, but you're going to hit the ground running because you've got such a vision of what you want to do, and the main thing is you're going to have fun with it. That's you know what, Josh. We both edit stuff and create, and it's hard work, but when you get to just be creative and not think, like I would just come in to the office and just press generate and get a little AI thing going, and it wouldn't always work, like I say, but when you get that little bit of magic that did, it was like, this is going to be good. And this is just the beginning for me. For a lot of us, as you know, it's just getting faster, better. It's
it's going to be loads of fun. It's going to be
you're going to be amazing. You're going to be
I appreciate
amazing.
that. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Guri, you got your hands up. Thank you. I like, ever since Sven called me out for saying the same thing over and over again when I get complimented, I always think of him saying that now, and I get like super self-conscious. I'm like, oh crap, what do I say instead? I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a bit awkward being complimented, isn't it?
No, but thank you. Seriously, I mean that. So, but Guri, you got your hand up?
Yeah, Vibesman, hello. I have a question.
Guri, hello. How are you?
I'm doing well, brother. It's good. I felt I just saw you last week. It's been.
I know. We had a good time in London.
Yes. So the question I had for you, I signed up for Runway. I just wanted to, just for my knowledge sake, know that each clip that you made, let's assume that it rendered 4 or 5 versions of that and you chose the best one.
No, you just do one at a time. I mean, Guri, I am not an expert on this, promise you, but you just do one at a time. And basically, just to briefly outline what I did, I bought, you get a few goes free, like a few hundred.
Yeah, credits.
And I was like, doing it. I was like, I got through my, like, however, 800 free credits very, 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 very quickly. Very quickly.
That was
I was like, basically what I did, I've signed up for the unlimited plan just to make this video. And then I'm going to explore other options and so on. But without it being unlimited, it was impossible. It's too stressful. It's like, the hand has grown another hand, so that doesn't quite work. So that's it starts to get very expensive. But basically, they do an unlimited plan for a month.
Yeah,
and I've done that for just to take away the stress of it not working.
Right. So and I'll end with this comment is that so people that have not signed up, I think it's an easy sign up, and the starter plan, which is the free plan, is 125 credits, and it looked like that Vibesman went through the 600, 800 credits pretty fast too. So
really? Yeah.
One thing.
If you just want to if you're just looking for perfection, you need unlimited.
Got it.
Yeah, I do got to say though, in terms of video AI, like Runway is at the top of the list or near the top. It's one of the better platforms. I always hear that name. But what I would recommend also is going to YouTube and just search like best prompts for Runway, and then that should give you like a general idea of things you can use.
I was a bit. No, thank you. Thank you, Josh. I was a bit. I literally, the first frame of each of those videos is my photo, and not. So that was my prompt. I didn't want to I just wanted to see what it would do.
Oh, you didn't put text in, just image?
No, apart from a camera move. So it's called. It's it's just the image. I just dropped the image.
Oh, okay.
What? I'm just curious to see what it would do with it.
Right.
But I would give it certain time. So, like I said, at the beginning, I would paint little bits with the brushes to sort of get them to move at different speeds. But honestly, then they released Generation 3. God, I sound like such an advert for Runway there. but then Generation 3 came along, and basically you didn't have to do anything. It has the turbo mode as well. So instead of taking like 10 to 15 minutes to generate something, it would do it in 2 minutes. But I only just discovered that in the last, I think it was just in the last week. And I was like, oh, why couldn't I have discovered this? But
you know what? How much? I bet you that's why you went through all your credits so fast. Because that.
Oh no, I did, because I wasn't happy. It was coming out with the weirdest. It's like.
Well, no, because if you do the speed option, it's more credits.
Oh yeah, sure. No, because I was already on unlimited by that point, it didn't matter. But I hear what you're saying.
I see.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. But the speed option is really cool because you just get a quick idea of what it's going to look like.
Well, what I will say is that on the topic of AI, Tails put out a post, it was like a week and a half ago, who is a beta tester right now, talking about how AI has been implemented for skyboxes. So I know skyboxes were, it's kind of a thing at first, and they got taken away, and now they're back in the beta. They changed the entire environment of your world. But it does sound like you are going to be able to generate different skyboxes. And one tool that you can use right now to generate some, just to kind of be prepared, is Blockade Labs. So actually here, I'll go to it on my computer here. Blockade Labs. And then similar to Runway, where you can kind of generate, Runway's for generating videos. And you can do it several ways via image prompts, text prompts. You can generate the skyboxes in several different ways using Blockade Labs. So there's text to prompt features where you just put in what you want to see. They also have, great for free now. It's not showing me all their options yet, but they also have a drawing feature where you can kind of just draw out what you want to see and then put in some text, and AI will fill in the rest. So if you guys want to mess around with this tool, I think you get 3 or 5 free skyboxes a month. So feel free to check that out.
I want to shout out my homie in the space, Steve Freelander. I pinned a comment that he left for you at the top.
Yeah, just reading that. That's very cool.
See if we can make that happen.
Collectors Going Digital. Hey, great space. I see VeVe is in the space, and if you want my VeVeverse spot, I'd like to give it to you. I don't have the time or desire that you have. Holy dude. Well, I really appreciate that. I actually don't really even know what to say to that, but that's completely up to VeVe. So, yeah. Thank you so much, though, for being willing to do that. Holy man.
Steve's such a cool guy.
Seriously. Yeah, I've had the pleasure to speak with him a couple of times one-on-one as well. Super successful guy, and yeah, I really appreciate that sincerely. So sucks. I'm retired and could build all day. Notorious says. You know what's funny is I've already told my clients, I'm like, don't call me for a week. I'm taking work off. Like I am, as soon as I get my invite, I will be, provided there's no NDA involved and beta's closed, I'm going live and we're going through the inventory. We're going through all the settings. We're going through all the spaces. We're going to start building. We're getting right into it. I might even pull like an all-nighter. I don't know. So we will see. But yeah, Steve, thank you so much, man. Notorious, that comment's funny, man. I know Notorious is also eager to get in there. He's pretty bullish on all the building stuff as well. So I see Sven tagged me. Oh, this is the post you were talking about. I did not see this post, Sven. VeVe Collectables are made with Unity. Cavernous is dual engine agnostic, both Unity and Unreal Engine. Cavernous is built with Unity, and VeVeverse is being built on Cavernous. Cavernous shared video in Unity with VeVe Collectables. Yeah, okay, we already covered that, so we're good.
Thanks for the info about the skyboxes. That's really interesting, Josh. Thank you.
No
Very
problem.
cool.
But Vibesman, Guri, Sven, Chris, you guys have any specific topics you want to kind of cover? Not all at once. Not all at once. All right.
I don't. I mean, I was, I am. I always come to the space Web V weekends, Web V Wednesdays. Support. Had no idea we would be where we are. Wish I would have recorded the space, but it is what it is. But I don't know what else is really going on, man. We covered only a couple of things, but very in depth. So I don't know what else you got on our itinerary.
I would like to propose or at least get people's opinions. I'm at a point where I can't decide if I should complete more sets or just focus on getting some of those grails are now that are getting cheaper and cheaper and lock those in. So might be a little bit of insight or what some raw thoughts are on that. That'd be nice.
Well, I'd probably just ask what your purpose is on the app. Like, are you just looking to build a big collection? Are you looking to collect specific pieces? Like, what's the purpose?
Yeah, I'm collecting basically one mint number. That might be one or two, but that's the art side of things. But there's a little boy in me that lived his childhood in another country and saw Superman movie. I'm going like, wow, I wish I have a Superman NFT as well. Right now it's affordable. It's in the 150, 160 range compared to the thousands when I first joined the app. So I was just wondering, I know that some folks collect mint numbers. I know Chris has a strategy on collecting comics, but I was just kind of just shooting the idea out and saying what is everybody doing in this timeline?
I'm doing it right now, Guri. Phone is on with the spaces, and I'm hunting for mints. It's two things happening. I mean, that's for me. I'm loving it because right now I'm seeing some stuff hit the floors that I go after unique things, obviously, right? I think I just picked up Fantastic Four number 4 for $6 and the mint 4010. And the way my brain works, I don't know if I'm unique, right? But I look at the 4 as, the 4th issue of Fantastic Four. That's the first Marvel Age appearance of Namor, which is a huge character. And that 1 means FA for me. And so when I see stuff like that listed under retail, it's like, well, I'm going to pick stuff like that up, right? I know this is where Alex would put the not financial advice tagline in, right? But for me, that's what I'm doing. And then, going after some key pieces. And I agree, Guri. I bought some stuff, right? When AF-15 dropped, I paid a lot for some very specific mint numbers, but right now they're almost a third in the price. You add one more, and my dollar cost average is cut in half. And so, yes, I was sitting on a potential loss, right? But you buy one more asset, doesn't matter what it is, and all of a sudden your cost structure just comes right down on it. And so that's kind of what I've been focusing on. And I'm good though. I never know. I think I'm good on daily MCP, and I've got a lot of sets and stuff. But I was kind of like Alex too, right? I went after a lot of the low cost rares and ultra rares to get those MCP things up.
Got it.
But that's kind of what I'm up to. So.
Thank you.
Maybe the thing was considering the higher the price goes, the higher the more your grail costs, the more chance you have of losing money. So, like Chris Sever says, he's looking at the comics, the commons, the uncommons, and those are not the most expensive things to have. So, I think the risk is way lower there to go and stack comics, commons and uncommons. But if you start stacking grails, the risk is always bigger because you have a more bigger down risk of falling, dropping.
Yeah.
So that's something to consider if you start stacking those grails. Because today I was thinking maybe I should get myself a partner statue. But to be honest, if we look at the future, maybe 6 months from now, we'll be still in the same boat. So maybe those items from 1.2k will be at 700, 600 gems. So maybe it's you still have some time to wait it out and maybe stack some small items now. To be honest, I did take some golden moments from the market, but they're only like 23 gems, 46 gems, so they're really cheap right now. But I still have a chance of falling in price. Those still have a chance of falling in price, but my downside isn't that big compared to a partner statue.
I love the crickets in the background too. Is it? I'm assuming it's night where you are.
It's in Italy. Yeah. It's in Italy. Okay.
Okay, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you, Sven. I was saying earlier you weren't up on stage, but thank you so much for stopping by because I know you're on vacation. How's the trip going over in Italy? Can I ask?
It's going well. I wanted to go totally go off internet, but I already filled in my second day. But during the day, I tend to switch off internet and not have connection with even with VeVe or Twitter. But
That's fair.
today is an exception day. It's an exceptional day.
Well, I hope the trip's going well, man.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
This is a good. He makes a good point though. Like just to sort of hammer on that. I think I don't know if Aaron's in here or not, but back in the day, it's hard for like in terms of scale, right? Not everybody can afford a secret rare or an ultra rare. Right? They're difficult to achieve, particularly on the big grails. But the commons are. I mean, they're the original cover. It's what any comic enthusiast or collector would see first, and that's why I mean I love the key mints on the common cover because it's just classic history, right? But those you buy some of these things right now. I think we were talking about this last Sunday. The X-Men 25, where Magneto rips Wolverine's adamantium out. That's a huge moment in Marvel history. It was detailed. It was like such a big moment in X-Men 97. Then you've got all of this things happening with Wolverine and it so you're seeing these little placements, but to be able to pick that book up, which they were being floored at $1. Well, all that we have to do, let's say, is double the user base, for instance, and a $1 comic becomes two. You've just doubled your investment on $1, right? So I think to maybe Sven's point, right? That's a lot easier for a lot of people to do than maybe trying to go after and chase secret rares, which are going to be harder for a lot of the larger populace to go and claim. But if you win them on drops, though, fantastic. That's like a little bit of a lottery ticket, right? But also the scarcity of some of them now. When we're seeing drops where there's only 125 secret rares, or even on the new Marvel comics where there's 40 out of 1,000. Those odds are hard, right? But again, that's going to equate back to the value of having one of those pieces. So it's everyone's got a different strategy, right? Some people will only maybe your budget, just round numbers because my math's terrible, right? Maybe your budget's $100 a month, and you're just going to focus on buying 2 or 3 secret rares that are currently in the $30 range, right? As opposed to others who are grabbing up hundreds of $1 and $2 comics. That's why sometimes I see the posts with the leadership board, right? Who has the most, and that's got to really take that with a grain of salt and be cautious about that, right? Focus on the strategy that you have that you like. I mean, some people, yes, just want to see their name in a leaderboard as having the most, right? But Aaron, my collectible, is a great example. All those AF-15s he bought are common and uncommon, which have low MCP value, doesn't really move you up on that leadership board, But boy, what if down the road, there's not many AF-15s in the world, right? And that price point on that one item could surpass, having 20 of those could be better than having 2,000 random items, right? So that's why I always try to focus on whatever your strategy is and, go after what you like. And then there's a reason and try and stick to it in some way. Like Guri's, one number. So yeah, you might not be collecting hundreds of them, but you might only find one or two of them a month that show up, right? So if that's helpful to anybody.
Oh, great points.
Yeah.
Sven, go ahead.
Maybe we should address Guri. What makes his mint number so special? Because I have my VeVe Gold and Silver hat, and it's very comparable the mint number. But the question is that mint number special in a way that it's interesting for collectors, and maybe he should consider not watching only the mint number and watching, okay, what does Flounder and Sebastian cost me a golden moment compared to that mint number. Maybe go for the golden moment instead of the mint number.
Yeah, I think these are all fair. Honestly, all the good mints were taken. Clearly, 41s were taken. The last mints were taken. 1, 2, 3, people are fighting over it. 88, people are killing each other over it. So I was like left with nothing, and then it was so easy. I've just one day the green Ghost Bear showed up, and I was like, yeah, 415 San Francisco area code. Let me just buy this. And then over the next 1 or 2 weeks, more 415s were in the market. I'm like, okay. And then it just became 10, and then it became 20, and then it became a thing. So now it's a thing. I don't have there's no strategy. I'm just gonna, if someone comes up and a really awesome VeVe collector came up and said they have a full set to sell for me. It's an art set, mint 415. They're a good price. I just misread their initial email or message. I thought it was for 5 pieces. It was only for 3 pieces. And when I finally got down to paying for it, I realized it's only 3 pieces. And so I felt really bad. I think it was my interpretation was wrong, but the price was too high for 3 pieces. So I apologize profusely, and I'm still doing it on digital places. I usually would go through it. If it's 1 piece, I will pay the extra, but it was 5. I thought I was buying 5 for that price, and I was getting only 3. So that hurt. But I would reconsider it if if one of my pieces sells and I come into a lot of gems. I would probably go back to the user and say, hey, I'll pay you whatever you had asked for. So.
Yeah, man.
There we
So
go. We got the thumbs up from Sven.
yeah. I was gonna say, man, we got any other talking points? I don't know how much you prepared, Josh. But I do see we got a new comic coming, the first Spider-Man and Deadpool ongoing series. Just pin that at the top.
The one they just. Nope, not that one.
So, yeah, it's dropping Thursday, the 22nd, usual time. I get a little drop.
Right here, yes.
Yeah.
All right, so we got, and by the way, guys, I got my screen pinned to the top. So if you guys want to see my screen and walk along, feel free to. And for anyone new in the space, welcome. We got Casual. We got Benny Lee. Benny Lee was he was ganging up on me in Fortnite. The guy just wouldn't leave me alone.
Yeah, I've been in Benny's DM like, yo, what do I need to get on Fortnite? You guys broke me down, man. So you're going to see me pop up one of these days out of nowhere. So appreciate Benny for getting me on boarded,
Hey man, send me an invite. I'll be happy to have you on a live stream. I'm getting more people involved with that as well. Rolex is another one in the chat. I'm gonna hold you to it, man. I sent you the invite. You've been asking for it, but you didn't join. So I hope to see him there one day. But he plays Dr. Prophet. He talked about how he's collected like all the Marvel and DC stuff. He's built a huge collection there.
How much is
more people are getting involved.
How much is that battle pass thing?
It's like $10.
Oh, really? That's it? Oh, I'm about to get popping. Okay.
Yeah. That's how they get you as the V-Bucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm actually building a map in that game for VeVe, not for the company. They didn't ask me.
Yes.
It's just I'm doing it. No. I'm doing it for the community. Just a virtual environment for us to have fun in. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But
that's awesome. You're always building something dope, man.
Appreciate that. But yeah, thanks for everyone stopping by. But as for this comic, the first Spider-Man and Deadpool ongoing series, we have the Web Wonder and the Merc with a Mouth teamed up for their first ongoing series ever. Talk about a real dynamic duo. Dropped in 2006, and it's dropping on the 8th of August. So
yeah, man. Drop details. So list price is $6.99. This dropped in 2006, so look out for that mid number, of course. 3,000 total editions. You could bid 5,000 MCP points if you feel so inclined to do that. And the first edition for public sale is going to be number 162. And I'm basically doing, a live stacking and slacking right now. So you got 1,200 commons, 780 uncommons, 600 rares, 300 ultra rares, and 120 secret rares. That magic number that Chris likes with the secret rare. And we could check out the covers here. Again,
I really like the rare.
Yeah. I was also saying too, I would really like for them to get back to giving the illustrators credit, especially on the exclusive covers. I mean, if you want to skip the originals, that's fine. But on the VeVe exclusives, just like, in the blue box, they have the names of the individuals involved. So I would like them to get back to that more consistently too. But
great point.
Yeah, secret rare is kind of dope too.
Yeah, I do like that. It's quite simple, but it's nice looking. So 3,000 total editions for 7 gems. There we go. Good luck to everyone going for it.
Yeah, man.
I think my screen is glitching out again, but Guri, you have your hand up. I don't know if...
Yeah, it's the old hand, but I have another topic that I think it might be of interest. I was just curious if anybody knows if VeVe is actively burning items that are in wallets that have become deactivated. Like there are 2 years. I was just wondering if has anybody ever noticed that? Is that a thing? Are they actually policing that still? Are they keeping? Are they actually burning it, or they're just putting it in the lost and found wallet? If like a place. Any thoughts?
If I remember correctly, and take this as a grain of salt, because I can't confirm whether this is actually what they said or not, but if I remember right, back when the Spider-Man situation happened with the common Peter Parker, and there was a lot of like bot accounts that ended up getting that collectible. I'm pretty sure David had mentioned how there's some like legal ramifications behind them actually getting rid of the collectibles. So I think those commons remained in the deactivated accounts, if I remember correctly. But somebody correct me if I am wrong in the comment section, or hop up here. VeVe, you guys are invited to hop up. I don't know if that's Corey or MC, but I think that's what they said. So
sounds right from what I remember too. But
thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Doc, did you want to add anything to that?
No, I was saying that sounded about right from what I remembered.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can't remember the exact reason, but it had something to do with people coming back at the company for getting rid of something that was already paid for, something like that. But yeah, legal stuff.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, if someone's paid for it and they have unless there's in the terms and conditions, it's clearly stated that your membership expires, even though you've been inactive, we have the right to take it back, which they probably do, but they still have to keep it around for a little bit more. Like monies, like in California, if you have monies in an account in a bank or in a investment company and you go missing, they have to turn it into the state. They cannot keep the money.
Yeah. I think terms and conditions say a year. A year of inactivity results in an account getting closed. A year or 2 years, something like that. But there is a time limit on it.
Yeah, I was just curious. I'm not going to ever test it, but
And I guess that's the gray area, though, right? Because when your account is closed, what still happens to the collectibles is the question. You know.
That is another good question. Yeah. Yeah. Lots that needs to be answered, but taking a look at the list here. One sec. Okay, so we talked about Nestor. We talked about the VeVeverse or potential VeVeverse promo. That was confirmed by Corey to be made in Unity. We talked about upcoming VeVe drops. We talked about Miss Deus's video over at D23. I do also have this whole new Marvel Fortnite season. I don't know if anybody's played that or if you guys like that, but Marvel is doing their thing with Fortnite for the next few months. And there's a lot of cool kind of content over there that pertains to the stuff that we're passionate about over here with VeVe. So if you guys want to get involved with that, there's several of us in the community now doing it. I got like a full friends list over on Fortnite of people from the VeVe community who have sent me friend requests. So yeah, we're kind of getting little groups together every once in a while and streaming some content from there. So
yeah, I think I'm gonna hop aboard and get to playing. But are you able to use like other controllers instead of using space bars and all of this stuff?
yeah, you can use well, if you're on PC, you can use your keyboard and mouse, or you can use a controller, and then if you're on console, controller. But
So
I don't think you can do keyboard and mouse.
is there a way to use a like a PS4 controller with your laptop though?
Yeah, you just connect it via Bluetooth.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That covers everything on my list. What time are we at here? We got 15 minutes. So that's actually perfect timing. Last 15 minutes are for the audience here. So if you guys have any specific questions down below and you guys aren't on stage, feel free to drop them in the comment section. Be happy to answer them for you. And then as for anybody who is on stage, do you guys have any last thoughts, opinions, things you want to share with the audience?
I don't know. I guess I'll hop in and add to that. What am I collecting, or how am I collecting? Question. I was never really like a set-driven individual, but like anybody that collects stuff, you would like to collect a full set. But if stuff was just out of my range or running out of control, I would just let it go. And I've always liked having multiples of things. Like ever since I was a kid, collecting baseball, NBA, football cards, even comics. Just because I always felt like I never know what would happen from a physical standpoint. So sometimes I might have double comics, double cards, but I would keep them in separate places. So that was mainly because I'm worrying about a flood or theft or anything. So there was that mindset just in me as a kid. As I got older, um, I was glad that I collected those doubles and triples of things because, some things went up in value. So started selling those things. And so I guess that kind of all those things just bled into this app, because I stopped collecting for so long. And then these things just totally hit home for me, especially on the comic book side. But yeah, I kind of do a mixture of things. I don't really have specific serial numbers I target, though. I would say that I'm not that type of collector, but I do like trying to collect lower mints, things related to the IP or characters or whatever. Um, but yeah, I do a little bit of everything, man. Sometimes I'm buying stuff not even because I like it, because I think somebody else likes it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna sell it later. Or it could be, I like something so much that I am buying multiples of it. But I ever since I got on this app, I really got into the whole vault and the AR thing. As much as I could, as much as my phone would permit or the app would permit. So I liked building vaults. So having multiples of things or buying items, not even because I like it, but just because of what I could do with it, by blowing it up or whatever. Um, that was my mentality in collecting. I was often buying things just, to build out vaults and do stuff with. So it's probably a combination of stuff.
And do you want to share for the audience? I was mentioning at the beginning of the show that you got a little project going on over on Fiverr, or is it Upwork, that you're offering the music to the community?
Oh yeah. So I'm on Fiverr, and I got a couple of different gigs. Probably find them in my link tree, um, in my bio. But yeah, man, I'm doing background music. You know, for people that are doing live streams, podcasts, things like that. You know, if you need some chill hop, different vibes, whatever it is, I could get it done. You know, I've pretty much been using AI as well since it's been out. You know what I'm saying? From the art side to the music side to all these different things. Now I'm starting to get into the animation a little more. I just needed a use case for it, but now that I've been making different types of content, going to be exploring that a little more. But yeah, and then I have another gig that's for custom YouTube intros, you know, so podcast intros. You guys probably heard stuff that I've been doing in the community for different people and their intros and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing with that, man.
Love it, brother. Yeah, and from a content creator standpoint, if you guys want a custom intro, I highly recommend it from them because you don't have to worry about any of the copyright. On top of it being customized to you, you're not going to get flagged for any of that stuff, which is a big problem on platforms like YouTube. It's like every other video of mine gets flagged or copyrighted. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an upside there as well. So awesome. Guri, Sven, Chris, you guys have any last things you want to say?
No, I think it's collect what you like, be nice to others. I try to be, and just if you have people that you're not said hi to in your life, send them a message today. That's all.
Love it. And just to push that message of being nice, just the odd chance that VeVe account is MC. I want to say this again because I was saying it on my stream yesterday. I want him to hear this. I understand with things that like the promo, for example, with the group, everybody thinking it's the VeVeverse, finding out that it's not, and then probably a lot of people are sending the team some messages about how upset they were and stuff like that. MC is kind of like the shield to the soldier. He needs to kind of like absorb all the positive and negative comments. And so there's some things that are happening in the community that aren't because of him, but people are like kind of like blaming him or like going after him. And I just want to remind people that it has nothing to do with him. He's just representing the company, the company face. He's at the forefront company. And so he needs to deal with all the positive and negative while maintaining, without getting emotional about it all, pissed off. He probably wants to say some things that he can't. So go easy on the guy. He's doing an awesome job. So I just wanted to say that. But
thanks for the reminder. Thank you.
Absolutely. But Sven, any last words, man? Or are you asleep now?
No, I'm still awake. The only thing I was considering, if Steve gives you the VeVeverse invite, we lose our Fortnite buddy. So Steve maybe should keep him just 1 month out of it, so we can still play Fortnite with him.
I'll still be playing Fortnite. We got the Marvel season, so I want to make sure we're creating some content over there. But it'll be interesting to see what VeVe does with that. Because my slight thought behind it is I'm not in there for a reason. So we shall see if this does anything. We shall see. But Sven, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Just reconsider it, Steve, because I don't want to lose my Fortnite buddy there.
Whenever you're back, man, let me know. We'll hop into some games. Chris.
Yeah, probably not a lot. The thanks everyone for coming out. Always fun. Didn't see Alex. I don't think he didn't make it. But we'll say hi to him next time.
Mm-hmm.
I just say continue on. Enjoy the experience. Enjoy the fun. Enjoy the to me the incredible work I see from people like yourself, Josh, and Mr. Falcon, and everybody that's putting in the content, the work, the Vibesman, that video blew me away, right? Like all this stuff is so fun, so exciting, yet so groundbreaking, right? We're all putting this content out on, into the world where most of the world doesn't even know what the heck we're talking about, right? So
Yeah.
it blows our minds, and we're seeing all these things. It's like, holy smokes, it looks so cool. And then, a lot of people are like, well, what's a Groot NFT? So I just, again, me personally, right? I feel so fortunate to be here this early and grab up, the things that come up that I like and enjoy, and just love sharing this with everybody, and there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame VeVe. We're going through something in the world that's different than it's been in a long, long time, and it's affecting the whole planet. And so it's easy to pick apart things that you see going wrong really quick. But if you enjoy it and you're happy doing what you're doing, then you can't do anything wrong. That's kind of how I see it. And so, but carry on and enjoy and share and laugh and love and support, and just know that. There's a lot of unhappy people out there, so FUD is just part of the journey. I just watch
Yep.
it like it's entertainment. So
Yep. Love it.
yeah.
Love it. Well, I appreciate you, Chris. Guys, if you haven't checked out his blogs, highly recommend it. Are you partnered with Go Collect, or did they just choose to kind of like retweet all your blogs, or like do you work with them, or how does that
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
a
work?
really good question. No, I'm just what would you call me? I don't know, like an independent contractor, consultant. Like they liked my content, and there was a bit of a gap in their world, right? There's this really big movement, all things digital, and I'll borrow the term NFT. It's easier to say, but this is all happening, and it's affecting the collecting industry, whether they believe it or not. And then there's the physical side,
Mm-hmm.
and there was no bridge on their writing team that was able to connect these things. And so we sort of chatted, and I said, well, I've been doing this for a long time, a lot of years. I'd be happy writing about this just to support how this is evolving, not replacing. And we just agreed that I would just start writing for them. And I love it, because in the beginning, boy, as we all do as content creators, I was bombarded with negativity and flack and
Mm-hmm.
who is this guy? Don't write about this crap. Like some of it was there was some angst, and we don't see that anymore. There's maybe, where there used to be 100, or just kind of in the mindset of what our community is like. And hey, if you want to be a part of that, we're kind of a weird bunch, but we're pretty fun. And there's a lot of us, right? You might want to come on board, and it's just all helping, right? So that's each little piece, each little stream. Every time maybe one or two users come on board, that's a big win, right? So that's how I see it. So, but good question. Thanks for that, Josh.
No, I appreciate you sharing that. I didn't know that, and that makes a lot more sense now. So,
Yeah.
but I highly recommend checking out his blogs, guys. That's, the least that I can say. So,
Thank you much.
not a problem. And I believe that was everyone, right? Vibesman, I know you were on stage. I appreciate you coming up earlier, man, and chatting and sharing some of the AI stuff with the video. So, thank you for that. But yeah, guys, I'm going to start closing things out then. I know we had some technical difficulties with the show, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. But it seems like X seems to be having all those bugs lately. But just a quick little recap of today's show. We talked about Nestor leaving. We talked about the Groot promo for the drop that just happened, which I hope everyone did well on. We talked about all the upcoming drops in terms of comics and collectibles. Some examples being the Dogpool comic, the Deadpool and Spider-Man comic, and then the space stamps, which I think look really cool.
And did you mention there are like 8 planets, but there used to be 9 planets? Was it like
For
that?
crying out loud! Jeez, this, yeah, Pluto used to be a planet. Now it's been taken out. People want to see Pluto as part of the series. It's not a planet, all right. People need to get over it.
Did you mention something about Alien Romulus or nothing about Alien Romulus? We keep
Actually,
it for Ozman.
no, Sven, that would be a good thing for you to mention because you said that you went and saw the movie, right? So without spoiling
Yeah,
it, how was it?
I did see it on release date, and for me, I'm not that big of an Alien fan and Predator fan, but I like to watch the movies. But the movie was really good for me. I did like it, and I did like it more than the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. I do not know if there's someone else here in the chat that did see it. But for me, this movie was very good. The Alien movie.
Yeah, those are some big words. A better
Big
movie
word.
than Wolverine and Deadpool. So yeah, I mean, damn.
Did someone else see it here, or nobody did see it yet?
I didn't
I
see
haven't
it yet.
seen it. No. Well, there you go, guys. New movie that just came out, and yeah, go check it out.
What a big teaser for tonight.
Appreciate you sharing that, Sven. And then the last of our summary here, we talked about Miss Dea's video at D23. So her going around and getting the different experiences from different people at the convention. And then we talked a little bit about the new Fortnite season, but not VeVe related, so we didn't get too much into that. But yeah, I'm going to wrap things up there. I don't have the full list that Ozman typically goes through. So in terms of everybody in the Web V, shout out to you. But Web V is just a nice little group. We talk all things collecting, comics, collectibles, movies, VeVe, Crypt Toys, Disney Pinnacle, all the different platforms. And it happens twice a week. So you have our Wednesday show, which happens at 11 p.m. EST. That's hosted by Ozman, co-hosted by the current host of the show, Mr. Dokta Strange. And then we have our our Sunday show, today's show, which is typically hosted by Ozman and co-hosted by myself. So you guys should see Ozman again on Wednesday. Couldn't make it to today's show, but other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit a like on the space. Make sure to share it because it is recorded, so people can listen to it back. And if you guys are just hopping into the space and you want to listen to the full thing, it will be available on YouTube in the next, I think it's like 24 hours. Ozman's going to post it himself, so keep an eye out on his feed. So, but yeah, special thanks to everybody listening, and big thank you to everybody on stage who contributed to the conversation. That's Web V Weekends number 42, and we'll catch you guys on Wednesday. Later.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks for coming through, guys.